I guess we'll make do with that shot. Not the most flattering. Can you stop that and start over again? You got to do more. You got to like say one. All right. Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to the Thunderdome for another edition of Orange Nation TV's coverage of Valhalla basketball. Tonight we have a game, I swear we just played a few hours ago, but it was just a little over a week ago, or 2 weeks ago rather. Valhalla takes on their rival Granite Hills Eagles. Last time it was an overtime affair. Tonight we'll see if it's just as exciting. Both these teams looking to battle, looking to, both of them out of a league race for the most part, but looking to finish their season on a strong note. With me, as always, we have Eric Thomas, former basketball coach here at Valhalla High School. Coach Thomas, what are some insights real quick before we get to tip-off?
Well, as you looked at what happened last time when these two teams played, Granite Hills, they had two guards, Palomera and Simmons, that did a great job of penetrating. Unfortunately, their three-point shooter was off. So what are we going to do against their penetrating guards? And hopefully their three-point shooter won't be on this time. Whereas what Granite Hills is going to have to deal with is Jordan, Spencer, and our three-point shooter who was off for us that game. So it made kind of an even matchup. If one of those guys are on this time, that's going to swing the favor for that team.
Yeah, and if you have no idea what we're talking about, we had a wonderful game the last time these two teams played overtime, as I mentioned. It's available on demand right now on our PlayOnSports.com channel. Just search Valhalla at PlayOnSports.com. Look at that Granite game when we're done here if you want to see what that game was all about. Right now we're going to take a quick break. We're going to watch some enjoyable video that our producer, Ode Youssef, has all ready to go. We'll be right back with Valhalla basketball.
You're watching Orange Nation TV.
John Todd wide open, number 4, not going to be brought down. John Todd's going to walk it into the end zone, and this, good God, so good. Everybody ready? All right, welcome back to live action here at Valhalla High School. We're getting the starting lineups right now for both teams. We'll start, of course, with the Eagles. Being introduced right now is number 0, Cody Simmons, who had a whale of a game last time. Really a fun guard to watch tonight. Joey Grubb right there. Joey Grubb is, look at my notes, he's another senior. DJ Palomera, another guard who had a fabulous game against the Norsemen, another senior right there. Sperry, going to be the tallest guy in the basketball court, pretty much no matter who's the lineup out there. He'll be the tallest young guy, and I swear he got taller since the last time I saw him. Something about being in this gym, I think he grew a foot. Tall kid there. Number 32, Colton Higgins was just introduced, and that's your Eagles for tonight. Coming in here tonight, the Eagles have 11-13 record, 2-6 overall, but they've had some impressive wins in league. So here's your starters tonight. We do have a couple new starters, or at least one new starter. First up right there is just introduced is George Curry. He's a junior, number 12. Played very solid basketball this year for the Norsemen. Up next is another junior, and that's Jordan Kazar, who's honestly probably one of the most improved basketball players on this team as we look as this season progresses. There's the senior number 1, Kevin Mills, a stalwart, a regular presence on this team. Hopefully he stays out of foul trouble early tonight. And there is another junior, Andrew Lozoya, who can be an assassin from outside, a very powerful shooter. And then your last starter right there, number 3, Spencer Havard, really the engine that makes the boat go. And we say boat because we're Norsemen. And anyway, so Coach Thomas, any last thoughts before we tip this off?
Well, there's 2 schools of thought as far as dealing with penetration. One is you take your wing guy and sag him in. That risks the 3-point shot and whether you can close out fast enough. The second school of thought is to let that guy get all the way in and let your big guy take care of him, but that leaves you open to the dump down pass for the easy bucket. It'll be interesting to see what Valhalla decides to do to deal with Simmons, Palomera, and those guys that are all driving to the hoop most of the time.
Ready to tip off is Sperry and Havard, and Valhalla's going to get possession right off the bat. Havard giving up a few inches, but Havard can jump quite well, so that made that tip-off all the more enjoyable. First shot of the afternoon, or evening rather, is Kevin Mills. No good. Rebound by Sperry. And here comes the Eagles. This is a very fast-paced game last time these two met, and there's the pace right there. Cody Simmons gets that first bucket of the night. It's a 3-point lead for the Eagles, and I think that's Granite's game right there, either dribble and drive or a shoot from outside.
Yeah, we didn't see it quite as much in the first game, the 3-point shot, but it looks like that's going to be a big part of their repertoire right now.
And not to be outdone, there's Jordan Kazar with answering Simmons' 3 with a Norseman 3 of their own, and we're all knotted up. 7:19 to go, early, obviously, first quarter. And we're going to get a reach-in foul here. That foul's going to go on Kevin Mills. His first foul of the night, first team foul, first foul altogether for the evening for either team. And last time there was a ton of fouls called. I mean, I think there's a lot of free throws attempts and nothing but net, but the wrong kind of net. It needed to go through the cylinder first. Looks like, though, they're going to say a Norseman touched that one, so an Eagle possession will continue to be Eagle possession. Grubb with the ball out front in the half-court set. Spencer Havard looking to play a little defense.
And as you can see on that play, Kevin Mills stayed with the outside shooter, so we're going to let the big guys take care of it down low, it seems.
And Grubb is going to get called with the travel. And it'll be Norseman basketball after that turnover.
And the one thing I've noticed a little different about their offense is they're going to run a little high screen to try to get those guys open for the shots or for the penetration.
Once again, both coaches know each other quite well. Keith Jackson is an Eagle himself. Kazar from the corner cannot duplicate his earlier 3. Randy Anderson, head coach of the Eagles, and Coach Jackson know each other quite well. And Spencer Havard knows scoring pretty well, and he reintroduces himself back to the basket. 6-3 Norseman on top.
And as you watch the Granite Hills team play defense on us, they know exactly our offense, and they're kind of jumping the passes and trying to take those quick steals because they know where we're going to be cutting.
Higgins shot no good from the outside. Fakuri on the transition. Lozoya for 3. There's a missed shot. Sperry is going to get quite a few rebounds, I think, tonight if he gets himself in position. Capable down low. Simmons doing one of the things he does well, and that's drawing a foul.
And again, our wings stayed with their man, and we're letting the big guys, Jordan and Spencer, deal with the penetration down low as far as their help.
And that's Jordan Kazar's first foul, second team foul of the night for Valhalla. And I'll tell you, how do you stop something like that if you have a guard that penetrates so well?
Well, if they can penetrate with both hands, you're really in trouble. But right now, as we talked last game, Spencer's pretty much a right-hand dominant player. You have to force him left and see if he'll go all the way with his left hand.
Simmons gets the second one. 6-4, Norseman 2-point lead. Very early in this first quarter.
It almost looks like mirror images of each other, the teams. They're both shooting from outside. They're both doing a full court press. They both run the same offense.
Eagles coming off an upset victory over Helix. That foul's going to be on number 32. I believe that's Colton Higgins. That'll be his first team foul for the Eagles. As I said, Eagles coming off a big win over Helix, and Valhalla coming off a very painful home loss against Steel Canyon, led by 8 at the half. No good there by Spencer Havard. Led by 8, and it was just all Cougars second half. Don't want to relive that for any of the Norseman fans at home, but there's number 1, Joey Grubb, getting his first buckets of the night. We're all tied up at 6, 5:24 left to go, first quarter. Eagles in their road blues and Valhalla in their sparkling white. Lazoya can't get that one to drop. Eagles in transition. Simmons for 3. Simmons will shoot from the locker room. I don't think he has an outside shot that he's fearful of, and he shoots a high percentage, so why be scared? He seems to be feeling it early. He's got 7 points.
It looks like he's going to try to prove us wrong with me saying that what he likes to do is dribble drive. He's going to show that he can shoot too.
Jordan Kazar had the makings of something pretty there, but he couldn't get it to go. Here comes Simmons on the backside. Simmons being Simmons. Nice job, Cody Simmons there. 11-6. Eagles all of a sudden inching further ahead of the Norsemen. 4:30 left to go in the first quarter.
Coach Jackson can't be happy about how we're defending him right now and just letting him get to where he wants to go on the court.
Players that can do what Cody Simmons can do are tough to defend. And, it's about matchups. Jordan Kazar for 3 here. Jordan Kazar can't get that one to fall. Andrew Lazoya picks up the pieces, see if they can get some points out of this.
Now, when we ran our offense there, we had George down low. It's too bad he was a small guy because he could have just turned and scored on that.
Spencer Havard, not tough senior take to the basket. He has 5 of the 8 points for the Norsemen here early. Got the ball tip on the backside. Some people clamoring that he just lost control, but Granite will retain possession. I think Coach Jackson's working hard for a different outcome over there, but I don't think he's going to get any.
I don't think so. But as you notice, Kevin Mills is forcing Simmons to the left, and what Coach Anderson's doing to keep Simmons in the middle of the court, he's setting a screen on Mills.
Yep.
And then Simmons went right back to the right-hand side and got to the rim.
Kazar did a nice job blanketing Sperry, getting in front of him and not letting him get that entry pass. Grubb tried to drive, couldn't get it done. Here comes the Norseman on the backside. That is a stolen by DJ Palomero, who we heard a lot of last time these two teams met.
And that was a good job by George of cutting him off.
And that's how you stop a penetrating guard, but unfortunately don't have the numbers on the back end. They're going to turn it right back. Here comes the Eagles. Then you're going to get a foul out front, which you obviously don't want either. So that foul, I guess on number 5, David Gazelle.
Yeah, Simmons got to a certain point in the court, and then he crossed over to go to his right. I haven't seen him go all the way left yet.
Kind of some confusion there. Good effort by a host of Norsemen. Sperry's going to put that one up on a turnaround. Number 22, Trevor Sperry gets that one to fall. 2:52, first quarter. Eagles 1-point lead. Kick out to Kazar. Kazar's going to try from 3-point line. Can't get it. Cold shooting early for the Norsemen. Simmons says, hey, make me go left, and I'll go left and then do-si-do around the basket and put it in.
That kid's making me look like the reason I'm up here announcing instead of coaching.
Tell you what, he looked pretty good right there. Nice job for Cody Simmons. He gets another bucket early. David Gazelle can't get that one to fall. Nice rebound by Kazar. Another nice rebound by Kazar. Not cash it in, though.
That's just good effort by Jordan. He just needs to use the backboard when he gets the chance under there.
2 minutes left first quarter, 8-15. Simmons trying to add more points, can't get it done.
If I was feeling it like that, I'd have chucked it up too.
Absolutely, that's never a bad shot with his way he shot against Valhalla. Kevin Mills is going to get that one to go. He's going to have an opportunity to add to that. With a 3-point opportunity, the old-fashioned way, 1:48 left, 5-point lead by the Eagles. Kevin Mills can cut further into that lead.
And one thing that's kind of funny, John, as you know, coaching is if your team's a certain style, sometimes that's what you're worst at defending.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking in the mirror sometimes. You can't stop it, and I would agree with that.
And Granite's doing a very good job penetrating, and at the same time, we're doing just as good a job penetrating on them. We've seen Spencer get to the rim. We've seen Kevin get to the rim.
Simmons drive, kick underneath, and that ball is going to get mismanaged, and somehow they're going to give that back to the Eagles. I'm not sitting down there, but obviously I thought that was going to go the other way.
Yeah, I think Jordan got a hand in it at the very end. Good block by Jordan.
In transition, Norseman tried to get a little creative there. Unfortunately, not to be.
Spencer thinks that their guy hit his foot. I kind of agree with him. I didn't think he threw it that far out of bounds.
1:15 left to go, first quarter. Norseman trailing by 4. Grubb trying to make it a 7-point lead, and he does. Joey Grubb, another 3 for the Eagles. 18-11, 1 minute left to go, first quarter. Not the start the Norsemen want. Kevin Mills for 3, not to be. Here comes the Eagles in transition. That's an unconventional way to beat the press, but it did beat it. And B-Path left all alone on the backside, and he's going to add his first points of the night.
Yeah, we got caught a little lazy getting all the way back.
David Gazelle trying to end the streak or end the drought, and he's going to go shoot 2 here.
I think when it gets into the end of the quarter, Coach Jackson needs to remind his kids how easily we've been getting to the rim and quit settling for the first outside shot that we've had.
That foul is on I believe, number 4 of the Eagles. And I apologize, I don't see a number on my roster. I do not have a number 4, and this happens from time to time. We will try to get that name located for the Eagles. Number 4, first foul of the night. And that's 2 missed free throws there by Gazelle. 9-point lead. Shot clock off, of course. Eagles can just sit and wait and try to get that last shot, put a little icing on the beautiful first quarter cake they have. I went pretty far for that description, I think. 12 seconds, 10 seconds now, first quarter.
I'd love to see Spencer just deny Simmons right now. Just totally deny him, make one of these other guys do something.
Grubb doesn't kick it out. Grubb takes it himself. Grubb puts it back, and they're going to give him a foul. Under a second, 0.3 of a second. That's not what you want to do to end the quarter, and Grubb's going to get a pair of free throws here.
No, they forced him into a tough shot. They just didn't turn and box him out once he put it up there. But sometimes your momentum on the shot carries you into the rebound.
Jordan Kazar picks up his second foul. That's the 4th team foul of the evening for the Norsemen. Down 9. Grubb can make it more. And he does.
This has been a very good quarter for Granite, Simmons in particular. Coach Jackson's going to have to come up with some method to corral him and slow him down.
I'll tell you, it's just Valhalla has not been able to answer point-wise. I mean, it's hard to get in a shooting match. Spencer Havard almost making a little seasonal history there. Can't quite get it done. At the end of one quarter, it's 22-11. Valhalla trails by 11. I'll tell you what, the story of the night is Cody Simmons off to a fantabulous start. Let's see, he's got 11 points in the first quarter. He's equaled the Norseman total all by himself. So obviously it doesn't take a coaching genius to realize you might want to know where he's at.
But the biggest problem is, do we have enough people that can play even with him? Right now we've switched to Spencer on him, but like I said earlier, Granite keeps running a little pick on him, and our second guy, whose man is setting the pick, has to keep him to the left side of the court. And so far we've not been able to do that.
Yeah, obviously they got to kick it in gear. Coach Jackson's a good coach. He's made adjustments. You know, maybe we can have a reversal of fortunes like we did.
Yes.
A role reversal. Those of you that watched the Steel Canyon game know that Valhalla led the whole first half, went into the halftime and unfortunately didn't come out on top. So maybe we'll see something similar, but for the good guys tonight.
Yeah, and this is where you see kind of the chess match between the coaches, especially coaches that know each other so well. They're trying to figure out what they can do to help their team and yet hurt the other team. Now we're switching Jacob on to Simmons, so we'll see what Jacob's going to do, if he's going to totally deny him.
Grubb gets that early shot. Now he gets trapped in the corner, and he gets bailed out by Palomera. And Valhalla bails out Palomera to the tune of he's going to shoot a free throw. That's on Kevin Mills. That's his second foul. Palomera going to go to the line, shooting his first attempt of any tonight, at least from the free throw line. And he misses the first one.
Actually, John, I think they gave it on Jacob. I think Jacob blocked it, but they called that a foul.
Once again, we're always we're actually behind the official when he makes that signal, so sometimes it's tough. Palomera misses both free throws.
And I'm going to take full advantage of ever trying to correct you. So if I know for sure I can get you on one,
unfortunately,
I'm all there on your side.
I'm wrong quite a bit, so just stick around and you will have success. Kevin Mills able to grab that one. He's going to draw a foul, and he'll get to shoot some free throws.
And just on a side note, Mike's not making too many calls, the referee. It's the other referee, unfortunately I don't know his name, who seemingly has made almost every call tonight.
Emails can be sent to Eric Thomas. That's ethomas@guhsd.net.
I'm not saying any of his calls are wrong. I'm just saying it's one of these unique things when you're coaching, you notice stuff like that.
And I'm just giving you a hard time. I understand what you're saying.
I hope he emails me. All right, now we're back with Spencer on Simmons. And there's the screen.
And they're going to get a moving screen there, and that's something that that gets Randy Anderson out of his seat. I don't think he agreed with that one, but Valhalla fans clap with excitement, as that is Higgins' second foul of the evening.
And Higgins is their three-point shooter, so when he screens up high like that, if both our defenders go with Simmons, their three-point shooter's getting a wide-open look.
That's a good game plan for the Eagles. Valhalla's played it pretty well, at least this last series. David Gazelle drives the lane, and he's going to draw a foul and go to the free throw line.
Boy, I hope that would have fallen for David. He's had a tough week or so. Hopefully he can turn the tide right now and get back into it. That's one thing you do when you're struggling shooting, is you take it to the rim, and that was a nice take.
Obviously, David Gazelle has been a proficient shooter for Valhalla during a lot of their successful runs this season. They need him back in the fold. Obviously, a very capable, good basketball player. So hopefully he can continue to turn the tide a little bit in terms of scoring.
Yeah, you know when someone shoots so well, you expect them to make it so many times, and you forget that, yes, they're human. They'll miss a few, and you start thinking, well, wow, he's not shooting as well, but really he is.
Mm-hmm. And he gets those to go. Simmons with a nice dish to Sperry. Sperry finishes. Sperry gets his fourth point of the night. 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 24-15.
Kevin just dropped down a little too late on that one.
And now they're going to return the favor. Randy Anderson appreciates that call a little more. They're going to get an offensive foul against Valhalla away from the ball. That's going to be on Cody Gladue, I believe. 44. 24-15, 6:52. Valhalla looking to get back on the right track after a painful loss to Steel Canyon. And a loss to Steel Canyon in any sport's painful around here. So obviously a win over your rival Granite would probably do well to help you forget. Drive to the basket. Eagles all trying to do some driving tonight. That one was not good. Kevin Mills driving. A swat and a Gazelle try to get that shot in. Couldn't get it done. Here comes Grubb on the other side. A dish. Sperry picking up the pieces. Sperry getting that one through the cylinder. He has 6 points. 26-15. 6:12 left to go, second quarter. Spencer Havard trying to break the drought there. Can't get it done. Nice heads-up play by Hammett. Gazelle. Gazelle gets
there we go, David.
And Nice job by David Gazelle. We're going to get a timeout by, I believe, Coach Jackson, it looked like. Talk this over. 18-26, 8-point lead, 5:59. And Valhalla's showing a little life. More importantly, David Gazelle looking like he can get that ball where it needs to go.
And we needed that out of him because maybe he'll get a little more confidence. Spread them out a little bit with the shooting.
So if you're anxious for more Valhalla sports, you can watch any of these games we've covered on demand. On Friday, we have another big one here against Grossmont, who's really become a kind of a little mini rival just down the street, so to speak. And it's been a big deal in football and basketball, too. So you can watch that game on Friday here. Doubleheader, girls and boys, here in the Thunderdome, not Thunderdome, on Orange Nation TV. Palomera putting his head down, trying. Oh, Palomera says, "This is my house, and I know how to use the glass here," and he gets that to fall.
I'd say that was a pretty skillful shot, but I'd be lying.
Simmons is going to pick up his first foul of the evening. 16th foul of the night. Spencer Havard is going to go to the line. Spencer Havard drops that one down. Rebound by Sperry. Here comes Simmons. And doesn't matter if there's three defenders there or not. He goes between three. And I'll tell you what, that's a tough one if you're a Valhalla fan because it looked like David Gazelle was pretty well set. And there's three defenders there. There's not much more you can do, right?
No, it's a tough call at all levels. Is that a charge or is that a block? Was he up in the air before you got into the spot? At least in the college and pro ranks, they have a little half circle to give you a chance to give the referees a chance, actually, to make the correct call.
And that was called on George Fakuri. So I thought, well, anyway, I don't know what I thought. It doesn't matter. Cody,
I thought it was David.
Yeah, if anybody was going to get a call there, but once again, this is officiating subjective until they get robots. We're going to be. Everybody has an opinion, and mine's probably wrong, so no fault there. But that's definitely not the foul they wanted. I thought finally they actually defended Simmons well enough just to have him throw up something and get the rebound and get down the court. But unfortunately, he hits 1 out of 2 free throws and adds to his point total. 10-point lead for the Eagles. Not the pass. It seemed like Palomero was the only one ready for that. And we're going to get another foul down here.
Yeah, George is... As the passer, you don't throw it unless the guy's looking you in the eye. It's not the receiver's fault. It's the passer's fault. You've got to have that guy looking you in the eye before you throw it. Kevin wasn't looking at him.
That's going to be on George for Curry. Palmera does not get the first one to fall for him.
One thing that Coach Jackson might look at is since Sperry is doing the picking at the top of the key, is his man needs to double team Simmons because Sperry's not going to be a three-point shooter from out there.
For Curry missing on the three. Spencer Havard trying to get that ball back in a desperate way. Kevin Mills helps out the cause. We got 3-on-3 right there. Kevin Mills throws that one up. And Valhalla kind of lapsing back into some tough shot selection there. Pass ahead to Gazelle. Gazelle's going to draw the foul of Simmons. Simmons will pick up his second foul. Simmons does a heck of a job of not getting a lot of fouls called on him, at least when they play Valhalla. So that's 2 already. Not necessarily foul trouble, but stepping in the right direction for Norseman fans out there.
I tell you, for me right now, I think he's an all-league player. I don't know what the rest of the league looks like as well. You know, I'm not following it as closely as I should, but he's got everything you want in a guard. Yeah,
and he's definitely been a nemesis for the Norsemen and just been a real pain in the Norseman's side, which I'm sure if you're Simmons, you should savor that because, you guys are rivals, so that's a good thing to be. Gazelle gets 2 of those to go. Gazelle's starting to heat up a little bit maybe and get that going.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Get a couple shots from Lozoya, some of those usual shooting suspects for the Norsemen, and they can climb right back in it. Spencer Havard somehow finds a way to get through about 4 Eagles, but can't get it to go through the cylinder. Grubb throwing up something. Sperry looking all-American here tonight, picking up the garbage around the rim and putting it in. So that's what you expect out of your tall guy, though, and he's looking athletic as well.
Must be nice to get that high up in the air.
And yeah, exactly. I wouldn't know. Kevin Mills.
I went on a ladder once and got up there just to see what it looked like.
You could put a trampoline down there on an 8-foot rim. I'd still have a hard time hitting the rim. So, and I'm over 6 foot, so that's really sad on my part. DJ Palomera showing his own quickness and athleticism. He's fast approaching double digits.
Yeah, right now the pace is to Granite Hills' liking. We're getting a little impatient with our offense and starting to throw up a few shots that are a little quick.
Grubb on the steal. Spencer Havard just drove into a tough spot. Grubb meanders through a couple Norsemen, and Valhalla's going to have to get a timeout, and they do get a timeout. 23-36, 3:16 left to go in the half. Pretty rough start of it right now for Valhalla, down 13, and from a game that just a little over, I don't know why I keep saying a little over, 2 weeks ago on the dot, went into overtime.
Completely opposite things going on today.
Yeah. If you were to play doctor, what would be your diagnosis?
Well, I wish I had a great answer for you, but we're just doing enough little things wrong, not getting the shots to fall. For example, we make a turnover, and then instead of hustling back, we reach, give them a 3-on-2 opportunity. Then the 2 guys back don't stop the ball. They go all the way to the rim for a layup. So it's a combination of a lot of little things happening that are not helping our team out. And Coach Jackson needs to remind them, let's get back to doing what we do well, and let's quit hurrying everything. The pace right now favors Granite Hills, and we're playing right into it by throwing up some quick shots or driving without running any semblance of an offense.
Right now the Eagles are being paced by Simmons. He has 12 points, 11 of those in the first quarter. Coming on strong, though, Sperry's playing a pretty tough game for the Eagles. Number 22, if you're keeping track at home. Here comes Valhalla trying to break that scoring drought that they've had for a little bit of time. You can't just string. We are going to get a foul here.
It's good to see Mike use his whistle. I miss him.
Mike being one of the officials tonight. We have a 1-on-1 here. Fouls on number 24, Brian Turner, and that's his 3rd personal foul of the night. Spencer Havard cannot find the net with that. Good look up a pass there to Sperry. Sperry all too willing to score on that one. That was pretty easy for him. That's a layup drill.
Once again, the little things are killing us. People aren't finding their men. People aren't getting back.
Looking like 2 very different teams from the last time they played. Valhalla just doesn't seem to be able to do much right, and they're capable. Lozoya for 3. Great job getting up in the air for Kevin Mills.
But as you look at our offense, it's 1 or 2 passes and then an individual effort rather than a team effort to get open.
I hear moving, Coach Jackson, move, and that's absolutely right. We are kind of standing a little bit. Lozoya, that's a tough take to the basket. Not high percentage, but somebody had to do something, and Lozoya did it. Sperry picks up his first foul.
You know, a little difference between us and them right now is that when Granite Hills, their guards have enough power to get through the arms and to put up a nice shot. David went through the arms and had to throw up a little more of a wild shot. They're getting the buckets. We're shooting the free throws. We haven't converted as well as we need to.
Andrew Lozoya hits his first one. 2:14 left to go in the first half. Valhalla trying to break into cut down the Eagle lead, and they do that. Andrew Lozoya hits both his free throws.
They got Higgins back in, their three-point shooter. I wonder if he's going to be the one that's coming up and screening. And if he gets in his fourth foul, they're going to be without one of their better shooters.
Grubb for three. Lozoya, nice little pass to Cody Gladue, the senior.
There we go. That's playing good basketball.
And that's got to be a moving screen. Well, he didn't come back to it, but normally you can't have a caravan down the court. But Grubb making a very acrobatic basket there.
See how they're just splitting hand defense instead of our guys moving their feet and getting in front of them. We just reach, and they're able to split that and get to the rim.
1:30 left to go, first half, 40-27. From the free throw line, Spencer Havard, pretty deadly from there.
That's a nice pass by Cody. That's a nice play. 2 or 3 passes, get a wide open shot. Not so much individual effort.
Nice square and shot. Can't get that one to fall. B-Path underneath. Alonzo B-Path, his 4th point of the night. 1 minute left to go in the first half. Kevin Mills is going to shoot from the free throw line. He gets that one to fall.
Nice little screen. Wasn't a big fan of that play, but it turned out well because, once again, it was a one. I don't even know if we had a pass. It was just an individual effort, but good individual effort.
There's some individual effort that hurts Palomera, showing his quickness.
I don't know about Coach Jackson, but I don't think I would be quite as kind in the locker room when it comes to the defensive effort that we've shown so far.
And it's about this group of guys, some of which are playing, one of their last home games in this gym, to show the initiative and the grittiness to try to cut into this lead. That's a good effort by Spencer Havard. That's even a great recovery or rebound, I should say, by Jacob Hammond. Beautiful job there by the sophomore, number 10. Kevin Mills is going to get called for the foul. And I think that will now be his 2nd foul.
And then once again, that's just, I'm sorry, that's a silly mistake to make at the half court.
With 1.3 seconds left to go, you bail them out, let them go shoot some free throws.
They have got to quit thinking about themselves and individually and start thinking more about the team and what they can do collectively.
B-Path's going to go take a seat before the half. We got number 4 in for the Eagles. Still have not found out who number 4 is for the Eagles. We will definitely try to track that down. Grubb knocks that one down. Joey Grubb now with 10 points in this game. Kind of a quiet 10, but 10 nonetheless. Contributing at a high level. .3 on the clock. See if Valhalla can get a shot off. Spencer Havard can't get that one to fall. So at the half, your Norsemen 33, the visiting Eagles flying high at 46. 13-point lead. Those of you who can't do the math at home, I barely can. And unfortunately, speaking of math, Coach Jackson's got to solve this equation. What would be some possible things that Valhalla could do to get this turned in the right direction?
Well, they got to play better defense collectively. If one guy gets beat, everyone else has to help. Right now, 46 points in 2 quarters, John.
We're on pace for an NBA night, right?
That's unbelievable that you gave up that many points in 2 quarters.
And Valhalla is definitely capable of doing better. Obviously everybody's going to have a good night, maybe have a bad night. But Valhalla is playing for playoff, positioning. I doubt they can get a home game, but their division is super tough in basketball. We know that, but at the same time, this is this is the last time for some of these seniors to ever play their rival Granite.
That's true.
And I still think when they moved this game to a Tuesday night, really sucked the life out of that rivalry a little bit, but still, it's a fun game.
I agree with you on that.
And I wish it was a Friday night game, to be honest with you. I think it would But anyway, they can make that adjustment, and they don't need to listen to me on that. But any closing remarks before we take a little break here? And
I don't know if we can afford to lose 2 games. They came out with some projected playoff standings, and we're only a couple teams ahead of the ones that were on the bubble.
Sure. So we got to do what we can to even be in. We can't pencil that in. Well, anyway, we're going to let you maybe go watch a little of that State of the Union address and do your civil duty and see what's going on with the United States and seeing whatever else exciting news is happening. I know there was some big news from the Big Bear area today. So if you want to turn down the volume here, we're going to go to break. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll cover the second half of this game as we leave 46-33. Your Norsemen on the short side of things right now against the rival Eagles. Sperry. All right, we're back. We have a minute 20 left or so before the half, or at the second half starts. We'll get caught up on scoring. We'll look at for the Norsemen real quick. The Norsemen have 9 points. 9 points. Hold on. We'll just. Anyway, we're. All right, we'll just get you caught up with scores. Sorry, real quick about that. Kevin Mills right now has 9. Spencer Havard 8. Andrew Lazoya 2. 3 points for Jordan Kazar. David Gazelle with 6. Hammett with 2. And Gladue with 2. And for Granite, they scored a ton of points in the first half. Simmons 12. Grubb 11. Palmera 7. Trevor Sperry with 14. And B-Path with 4 as we get underway here, second half. The Eagles in the half-court set looking to add to that 13-point lead, and Grubb right off the bat can't get that one to fall, though. Nice quick ahead pass there to Fakuri. Fakuri gets the Norsemen on the right track in the second half.
You know, they need to cut this lead at the end of this quarter under 10. 8 points, 6 points, anything like that. That's probably what Coach Jackson gave them as a goal at the halftime talk. I probably would have been a little meaner with their lack of effort and their lack of defense.
Palmera forced into a tough shot by good defense there by Valhalla. Kazar going to put up another 3. He got one to go early, couldn't get that one to fall. Good effort there by Fakuri to save that pass. Andrew Lazoya for 3, no good. Tough rebounding underneath. And Eagles going to get this ball.
It looks like they took him to heart, and he did say something that I'd hoped he'd said to him because they're battling a little bit harder right now. Let's hope that continues.
Granite Hills in the dark blue, and Columbia, I believe, is what they call over there. Simmons gets that one to fall down. Nice job for him. His first buckets of the night, or excuse me, second half. He had 12 in the first half.
I was going to say of the night. Yeah. You must have missed a whole bunch at the start.
Yeah, Kevin Mills, acrobatic way to recover off that. Jordan Kazar can't get that third putback to go. And this is more of the trouble we saw in the first half, just having scoring opportunities but not finishing.
Yeah, we were just struggling in that sense.
Half-court set here. Granite has the athletes to drive and kick. That's what they like to do. And so no sooner do I say that, they get a nice drive there. Can't get it to cash in. Norsemen in their own half-court set.
But as a coach, to me, the defensive effort looks better. George did a pretty good job on him.
Opportunistic move there by Palmera. He's going to not get that one to fall, but he will draw the foul.
Now here's what kills me. We had 2 guys guarding one, and the first 2 people after that you saw were Granite Hills guys.
Jordan Kazar getting a start tonight. That's his 3rd foul, I believe, that they're going to give him. David Gazelle, I think, is getting ready to come in for him and give him a little bit of relief. Palmera gets that one to fall. Extends that lead. We talked a little bit earlier about playoff picture. I think you'd looked up some things. Did you have any insight into that as Palmera knocks that one down?
Well, the only thing I really noticed that one of the teams was on the bubble was a Rancho Bernardo, and I think we beat them. Is that correct?
No, they beat us.
They beat us. And if they're on the bubble and defeating us, I think that could be trouble.
So there's no guarantee that Valhalla will see the playoffs. Very tough division. Division 2, I believe, is our division. Spencer Havard takes that one to the rack and gets it to go down.
That's good. He didn't settle for that open 3 and took it to the bucket. We need more of that.
13-point advantage. I don't know if that was going to be an alley-oop or not. It looked like I know Simmons is not afraid to shoot, and he shouldn't be, but I think that was some sort of alley-oop.
I think he was throwing to Sperry, who had Jordan posted up.
I am afraid if that would have worked, even though we're Orange Nation TV, we would have had to have made a highlight out of that. Spencer Havard trying to fire up a 3 of himself for Curry.
I'm sorry, that's just not good offense.
It's the one and done that drives a lot of coaches nuts. It's tough to come down and not get anything and just one shot out of your efforts.
But I will tell you this, I've shot that many times in my adult league career. So don't do as I do as I say.
Higgins for three, no good. Good tough rebound underneath. We do now know number 4 is Seth Collins. Simmons definitely showing that feisty attitude that you just, I enjoy watching him play. I know I shouldn't say it. This is Orange Nation TV, but Mr. Cody Simmons, I'll tell you what, I enjoy watching him play. He's a spark plug out there.
I like him. I like watching him, but I'm more upset about our guys. To get 3 offensive rebounds right in front of us.
Kevin Mills trying to go baseline there. Palmera got him cut off. Real nice down there in the corner. Forced another shot that, is probably not a real high percentage shot. Spencer Havard going baseline. He's in a world of Eagles. Kazar for 3. Kazar finds the bottom of the net for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, I can't say I like Kevin's decision to make that sort of play. We're just, once again, it's individual effort. But once we make a nice play like Spencer drove and then kicked it, wide open shot. It's just hard to get kids to realize some of that sometimes in the heat of a game.
And they're going to say possession to the Eagles, timeout, so that they could keep that possession by Coach Randy Anderson. 4:14 left to go, third quarter, 10-point lead for the Eagles. And you were saying, you got to cut this to under 10 before the end of this break.
I know, and even with my negativity, we've cut 4 points off the lead.
There you go. Coach Thomas.
3 points off the lead. I'm the math teacher.
All right, so I understand we have a special shout out, I think, to Rod Fakuri. This is George Fakuri's brother, but Rod, I think, is at home, gathered around the
just got out of the hospital.
Right, just got out of the hospital. We wish you well from Orange Nation TV to you, Rod. The whole Fakuri family, great family, always good supporters of Valhalla athletics and Valhalla basketball. So best wishes to you, Rod, on behalf of Orange Nation TV. Nice athletic catch there by Simmons.
Yeah, Rod was one of my students. I really like that kid.
I remember Rod well. Nice kid. Wish him the best.
Get better, Rod. Well, now we can cut it to under double digits. We need a good shot this time, please. A good shot.
Kevin Mills using the left, going to the basket. Once again, trying to draw a little of the contact, shoot some free throws. The Eagles are very good at that, but unfortunately, Valhalla has not been able to do that. Nice look inside, and Seth Collins is going to draw the foul and is going to go to the free throw line. We apologize to any Seth Collins fans out there. We didn't have him on our original roster, so it's not that we didn't want number 4 to get a little bit of praise. He's played quite well, but Seth Collins to the line.
And when I checked with the scoring table, they didn't have him at first either, so...
Well, maybe David Gazelle gets a second foul there. Seth Collins lands that one.
And I don't recognize him from the first game, so
I don't.
Might have been an eligibility issue, might have been a transfer issue, who knows.
Yeah,
but now he's playing.
A lot of flu going around, yeah. Cody Gladue checks in for the Norseman.
Yeah, it could have been an illness.
Could have been secret weapon. Randy Anderson is a crafty veteran. And he knocks that one down like a experienced free throw shooter.
That's a nice secret weapon to have.
That's right. 52-40, 3:40 left to go, third quarter. Granite Hills, Valhalla, 2 his storied rivals. I think storied rivals was the word I was looking for. Struggling a little bit on a Tuesday night. Here is John Owens on the call. Palmera not struggling there. Gets that one to drop. He's got his first buckets. Nice quick pass ahead to Spencer Havard. Simmons giving great effort. He denies Spencer Havard. Spencer Havard is going to draw the foul this time, and we'll see. Now, obviously, if you're a Norseman fan, you think Simmons, you want to see Simmons get called guilty of that, but they did not say he was the one that did that. In fact, Seth Collins is the one, I think, that got the foul called on him. Spencer Havard will have an opportunity to cut into this lead.
Yeah, on that last play, Spencer dove for a steal and landed awkwardly on his hip. He's kind of favoring it a little bit, so we'll see if that affects him later on.
That's right, and he already had the hurt ankle, so obviously don't want to see any more injuries to him or anybody else for that matter. If you missed some basketball games we covered, they're all available on our playonsports.com channel. Make sure you check that out. Search Valhalla. Missed basket there. Nice rebound there by Collins. Grubb giving that one a try. People want over the back, and it's just over the back doesn't get called as much as I don't know if it used to be called more, but it just doesn't seem to get called as much.
Well, you only get called when you actually move the guy.
Yeah, that's true. You have to have that guy boxed out and have him really over the back. Right there, Kevin Mills. I guess
Kevin just went over him.
That's right. He just out-athleted him, I guess, in my opinion. David Gazelle trying to make something happen, and he's gonna make something happen. He's gonna get a foul called, number 24. I believe that's Brian Turner, and if it is Brian Turner, I think that's his 4th foul.
Just because you can go up and over a guy, as long as you don't make body contact, it's not a foul.
Yeah, I think that is Brian Turner's 4th foul pretty early in this game. Maybe Brian Turner's like the enforcer. It's like hockey out there, go out, play physical.
Well, unfortunately, they got to bring Colton Higgins, who has 3 fouls, and he's one of their 3-point shooters.
Spencer Havard making something happen right there. Spencer Havard with 13 points now. Baseline drive there by Grubb. Very athletic move, can't get it to drop. Here comes the Norseman on the backside. Lozoya taking it to the basket. Mad scramble for that rebound, but here comes the Eagles. And we're getting a layup contest and missed layups between both teams. I think this is a conditioning drill I used to make them do.
I don't even know how to comment on that, John, but yeah. It's up and back, up and back.
All right, we got a foul here on the Eagles. Kevin Mills to the line. Still looking. And that's on number 32. Kevin Mills misses that first one. That's Keith Higgins. It's Colton Higgins. I'm sorry, Colton Higgins' 3rd foul.
No, I thought he had 3 in the first half.
I think that's wishful thinking, but I think that was his 3rd right there. Kevin Mills gets that one to drop.
Wishful thinking for me would be Simmons with 4 fouls.
There you go. Jacob Hammett checks back in for the Norsemen, try to turn this tide in favor of the orange and white with a little trace of blue.
And again, we're right back to a 10-point lead with an opportunity to cut it inside of double digits. If we can get 2 or 3 good possessions here, get it down to 6, right in the ball game again.
Get one of those rare called carries. 20 years ago, you get that called all the time. It's kind of become one of the evolution of the game, a little bit of palming and carrying.
It's unbelievable how many steps they can get with one of those moves, too.
Absolutely. Valhalla desperately trying to get this lead down to under 10. Spencer Havard can't quite get it done there, and in fact, he can't catch rim. The chorus of Eagles chanting air ball has come to expect when watching basketball and somebody misses a shot like that.
I'm going to blame it on that little hip bruise he got 2 minutes ago.
Simmons showing his athleticism, taking on that pressure, gets himself to the basket, can't get it to fall. Sperry there. Nice recovery by Sperry, getting out to Higgins, the 3-point shooter. Can't get that one to drop. Gets his own rebound. Seems to be a little slow on the uptake there by the Norseman.
That's ridiculous to give up 3 rebounds again on offensive rebounds like that.
Higgins from the corner.
Box out and get after the ball.
Minute 15, 3rd quarter. Valhalla desperately trying to cut into that lead. Spencer Havard, Cody Gladou's shot's going to get swatted, but that's going to happen every now and then. I don't think that's going to phase, should not phase anybody. It's part of basketball. And for Curry and B-Path come in. B-Path for the Eagles, for Curry for the Norsemen.
And I'll apologize for letting the coach and me come out right there.
Kick to the corner there. Spencer Havard for 3, no good.
Get on balance. You can't shoot it falling. We're still at 10 points. We need one more stop.
Kick to Grubb. Grubb goes baseline, trying to get that to go, and he does.
Well, even with the bucket getting it to 10, that's cut some points off that lead, and 10 still manageable in the 4th quarter, as we saw a 17-point swing last time we did the game.
kind of set the screen for Curry and everybody to stop. That's not good. But, hey, Lozoya, that's what you need. If you're a Norseman fan at home and you want to get this team back in it, you got to have Andrew Lozoya, Gazelle, somebody start to warm up a little bit. And we are to 9-point lead, under 10, Coach Thomas. 10 seconds left. If they can stop, they'll have reached their goal, at least Coach Thomas's goal. B-Path says no. B-Path gets the rebound and puts a nice bucket up there. 47-58 after 3 quarters. Can't quite get that lead under 10. They had it, couldn't quite finish. And now Keith Jackson and his Norsemen got some work to do. 8 minutes to do it, though, and got a handful of timeouts. So things can happen, absolutely.
We've done a better job defensively, and then again, we've done a horrible job rebounding. We've given up multiple offensive rebounds on possessions. But I'm going to predict this. Spencer's had 3 shots at the buzzer, all from quarter longer. If he gets one in the 4th, I bet it goes in, and it's a game winner. Okay,
that's a bold call there. But, hey, you heard it here first. If this does happen, I'll be more than happy to make that highlight.
Spencer's made me look good twice already this year. I'm riding him for one more time. But gosh dang it, we have to rebound. We are not doing that. And congratulations, Granite. You guys are doing a good job on the boards.
After 3 quarters of play, Kevin Mills has got 10, 13 for Havard. Those are your 2 leading scorers for the Norsemen tonight. Cody Simmons and Grubb and Sperry, and really we'll throw in Palmera, kind of a pretty tough foursome there. Simmons 14, Grubb 13, Palmera 9, and Sperry leading scores with 16. Sperry having a much bigger night than he did 2 weeks ago. And I'll tell you what, if you were to ever come out of a quarter break and you wanted to draw up the perfect scenario, I think that'd be it, a 4-point play possibility.
That's a great play by Coach Jackson. You run a little back screen for Spencer, and the screener, which was David, curls around to the top of the key for the wide open 3 because they dumped down on Spencer. Nice shot.
So I'm a little confused here. They didn't. So I guess, is this away from the ball foul? So the 3 counts, but it wasn't
and we get
on.
The ball.
Yeah, and it wasn't on. It wasn't affecting Lozoya. It was away from the ball, right? Is that what they're saying? And so that's how, and that follows on B-Path, his first foul.
And the referees are saying that the shot was off before the foul occurred, which means the shot counts, and then we get the ball out.
And theoretically, this is even a better situation for Valhalla because, I mean, obviously now you're down 8. You could magically hit a 3, and all of a sudden, wow, you're right back in it.
That'd be a 6-point play 10 minutes into the second or into the final quarter. This might be the thing that sparks us and gets us going.
Well, it's definitely a good turn of events as the Granite Hills fans kind of weigh in their feelings on this. I didn't know Eagles were capable of booing. I always thought they kind of shrieked, but we are getting a few Eagle boos. And you know what? Granite says, no way, we'll take that ball right back. Here comes the Eagles, and there'll be a foul on this side of things.
Boy, it looked like Kevin was going to be wide open on that little back cut, and who was that, number 1? Joey Grubb read it perfectly and stepped right in the way of the pass.
Kevin Mills is going to pick up his 3rd foul of the night. DJ Palmera to the line.
And you always like to tell yourself that's a good foul when they miss a free throw.
Yeah, absolutely good gamesmanship there. If you can, especially if you can spare the foul, and he misses both.
Oh my gosh, they got another rebound.
7:40, 4th quarter. Rival basketball, and they're going to call Kevin Mills with a push-off here. I'll tell you, you see the push-off. That would be one of the I don't know. Anyway, another foul for Kevin Mills, and I guess the bigger story is that's 4 team fouls for him, and he's going to have to take a seat. That's a big turn of events, I think, in this game.
Yeah, that's too bad because you could have easily called DJ for the little reach in, and then Kevin, he was fine until his arm extended out. That's what the referee called, was once you extend it out, it's a definite call. But if you're a Valhalla fan, you could be looking at that saying, why aren't you calling the reach in the first place?
58-50, 7:20 left to go, 4th quarter. Granite Hills enjoying an 8-point lead. Simmons spotting up for that 3 that he likes to shoot, but he'll drive. And he's going to get, trying to go between 4, and somehow there's a foul in there.
Yeah, David got there a little late and reached, got arm.
That foul's going to be on Cody Gladue, so
wow.
That's
I haven't been right on any of the calls tonight. Spencer can't jump at that. You're going to contest the shot, but you don't need to jump.
Actually, they do call that on Andrew Lozoya. Simmons gets that one to drop. Nine-point lead, 7 minutes left. Seniors playing the Eagles for the very last time in their careers. Tough entry pass to Spencer Havard. Somehow he comes up with it. George Fakuri trying to get things going. Can't quite get it done. Grubb with the rebound.
That's much better defensive effort by Spencer.
Simmons can't find the mark there. Valhalla fans want a foul there. They wanted the reach. They didn't get it. David Gazelle. Nice put back there by Kazar. Kazar doing a nice job tonight, getting a start tonight.
And we're down to 7.
Tell you what, Palmera does a great job of keeping it alive. He just does. Hats off to him. Nice, quick athlete. Fun to watch. Even more fun if he wasn't playing Valhalla.
We need to just keep doing what we're doing because it's been successful.
Jordan Kazar looking tough.
And we need to quit worrying about what calls are not being made out on the court, and don't get caught up in that. Keep your focus on what you're doing right now because it's a 7-point game.
And timeout, Randy Anderson and the Eagles. We want to talk some things over. 5:44, fourth quarter, 54-61. Norseman creeping back in it.
Yeah, Coach Anderson's feeling the momentum switch. We saw us get too many easy buckets right there.
Randy Anderson's been at Granite for a long time. Very successful coach. He's had a lot of success over there. So obviously, like you said, senses that little turn of the tide. And once again, Valhalla basketball is not over yet. Playoffs aside, if they do make it, we'll obviously try to cover that. But we have a senior night here on Friday against Grossmont. The Foothillers invade the Thunderdome and just from a few miles down Chase.
Make sure you come on out. Bring people. Come on out and support this team.
That's right. And if you can't come on out, you watch it right here on Orange Nation TV. And very pleased to announce tonight that Orange Nation TV has been asked to cover CIF Division II Wrestling Finals at Westview on Saturday. Huge feather in Orange Nation TV's cap, so we thank you, CIF, for making that possible. And there's a reach-in foul.
Spencer on the reach.
Spencer picking up his first foul tonight. Plays really good defense, so obviously he's been rewarded. Kazar working there on defense. Nice hustle there by Gazelle. Gazelle pleading his case. Can't quite win the Oscar tonight, but does good job giving great effort there. For Curry's going to take a breather for the Norseman.
You got to be careful that if you don't get that pass, you're leaving your teammates on a disadvantage.
And you're leaving Simmons wide open. A nice rebound there by Seth Collins. And thank goodness for Valhalla, he can't get it to go. Andrew Lozoya is maybe that little breath of fresh air Valhalla needs, but here comes Simmons the other direction. And Grubb closes that door, at least momentarily. The excitement, I could feel it. 6-point lead, and Eagles are going to get that ball right back, and Valhalla's got to play a little smarter there. They're just right there on the edge of getting right back in this game, and just leaving Grubb wide open again. That unfortunately for the Eagles didn't follow through, but Kazar takes it to the basket. A little too much touch, and they're going to get a foul here. I think this could be on Simmons.
So, I like the fact that Jordan passed up that three and took it to the basket.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to make it on the very first effort, but he did a good job of out-battling Simmons for the ball the second time, and we finally got a call for us.
Third foul on Simmons. Eagles looking to inbound. Valhalla looking to inbound. Been a long night, I guess. 6-point lead, 4:30 left to go, fourth quarter. Granite Hills.
This game's just about ready to heat up. One or two more buckets from us. And
timeout. Keith Jackson's going to try to get something squared away here.
Maybe he's going to run that 4-point play we thought we saw that could have possibly turned into a 6-point play, and I think ended up being just a 3-point play. Just
taking a guess here, I'd say let's let Andrew Lozoya take another crack at a three if possible.
I think with Spencer struggling a little bit offensively, you've got to look at Andrew and Jordan. Jordan down low, and if he's getting double, to kick out to Andrew, who's been very effective from the 3-point line.
And let's face it, Gazelles do. He's hit a couple shots tonight, so obviously maybe he's going to get something to go here, play a little defense too. And but anyway, you could take it from anybody. I don't think Keith Jackson's going to pass up points if anybody wanted to shoot it up tonight.
And I'm sure if I was a parent of one of the players out there, I'd say run the play for my kid.
That's right. Okay, as we said, 4:33 left to go, fourth quarter, 6-point lead by the Eagles. It's a battle of rivals here tonight. David Gazelle. He's going to nice little stop and go. Nice job by David Gazelle.
Wow, did he get away with a carry?
Hey, you know what though? Obviously, you can see so many carries that doesn't get called. Simmons, no matter what you think, if you're an Eagle fan or not, scores in some of the prettiest, most unorthodox ways. Nice job there for the Eagle. Lozoya from the corner. Six-point lead, under 4 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Kick to the corner for Higgins. Higgins for three, no good. Nice rebound underneath by Kazar. Valhalla, go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. I thought Higgins was going to be an X factor in this game with Simmons driving and kicking, and he just unfortunately hasn't had much of an impact on this game.
Well, one thing it could impact, that's going to be Simmons' fourth foul, I believe, right there. Spencer Havard drawing that contact, kind of returning the favor a little bit to what what Simmons has done tonight. And that's his fourth foul. Spencer Havard going to go to the line.
It's going to be an interesting question. Is Anderson going to take him out? There's only 3.5 minutes left in the game, or is he going to try to ride him and hope that he doesn't pick up that fifth foul on a silly play?
Sure.
Or is he going to give him a break for about a minute or two and hope his charges can hold us off?
B-Path comes in for Higgins, and I do think we're going to get our answer here. Brian Turner, who has four fouls himself, is going to come in for Simmons. One thing I want to note, though, Simmons had a huge first half, but he's been held to just 5 points in the second half. So obviously Valhalla has made some adjustments and played a little sounder basketball against him.
And for Simmons, his teammates have picked him up. He led him in the first half, and now his teammates have picked up the scoring slack for him.
Half court set, 3:25 left to go, fourth quarter. Eagles have the ball and the lead. DJ Palmera, one of his rare misses, and that's going to be foul number 5. So that Brian Turner comes off the bench for, I think, probably maybe 10 seconds, maybe even fewer game sec. I don't know. It was a very short time, and I think Brian Turner will be back out of the game, and yep, there's your indication. So Brian Turner.
I don't think Kevin Mills got hit that hard in football.
I don't think he did either.
But he's up, so he can take it.
So Simmons with 4 fouls going to come back in. And, that could be a factor going forward. 5-point lead for the Eagles. They're just trying to hold on at this point. 3 minutes, 12 seconds. Randy Anderson pleading his case over there. Although it looked pretty clean. He may be talking about something else.
With us being in the bonus, this is where we can cut that lead down even more. We're only down 4. We need to make these free throws count. That away, Kevin.
62-65, 3-point lead, 3:11 left to go, fourth quarter.
One of the things that Granite has that's an advantage is you have 3 senior guards out there that have been through games like this that aren't afraid to have the ball in their hand.
Shot clock under 10. Palmera doing something. Can't get it to go. Here comes Spencer Havard on the break. Simmons has got to be careful. And that's painful because the Norsemen can't cash in a really wonderful opportunity there. And Grubb does. Grubb does manage to find the basket.
It was a good idea by Spencer, but the pass might have been too late, and David was caught underneath the basket.
Spencer Havard to Kazar for 3. Rebound by BPAF. Two minutes left to go. 5-point lead. Valhalla very easily could have had this down to a 1-point lead, unfortunately, and it didn't work out that way. 4-point swing, basically.
It looks like Granite's trying to shorten the game up by running as much of the shot clock down as they possibly can and hoping to take us off the dribble and score at the rim.
Palmera, nice attempt. Valhalla's got to get these, and they do. Spencer Havard has to score. Somebody has to score. He keeps it himself, and Simmons is going to be done for the night. So Simmons kept him from scoring, and Simmons, though, is now going to be on the bench. Granite's going to be a little short now at the guard position. They've now just sat 2 guards down. And Cody Simmons, I guess, I tell you what, I admire his game. He's
had
fun
one
to watch.
heck of a game.
That's 2 back-to-back games. We've had the pleasure of seeing Cody Simmons play. And hats off to the senior from Granite as he gets about ready to take his seat here tonight. Obviously it's his last time getting to play Valhalla too, and he's a competitor. He's a fun athlete to watch, and we wish him the very best throughout the last few games of his career.
Would have loved having a kid like that on your team.
Absolutely. He's a competitor and, like I said, good athlete, and plays well for Coach Anderson. Spencer Havard at the line trying to cut into this 5-point lead. Can't find the bucket lately. Spencer Havard does find it there.
I know you tried to do that reverse psychology on him.
I did, and it worked there. Minute 39. Little English there. Off the front to the back of the rim, goes in. That's what you do when you're at home. 3-point lead. Perfect trap in the corner. Timeout there. I got excited. I mean, as a coach, I know he's calling timeout now, but at first I'm like, wow, that's exactly the way he wanted it to work.
When he drove into the corner and turned his back to everybody, I thought, what is he doing? But, of course, he had instructions from the coach to call timeout. And Coach Anderson's going to try to get his charges settled and get them organized as to what they're going to do this last minute 30, how they're going to run their offense. We foul, we go into the bonus, so they're going to get one-on-one on any sort of foul.
This is where you see a little bit of gamesmanship. This is where the coaching comes out. This is the kind of game I always was scared of because it reveals you sometimes. But both these coaches obviously were just in the same matchup just 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I can't remember that. When it went into overtime. So it's safe to say that you could have some sort of matchup like this tonight.
Yep, and if you're Valhalla and you get a stop, you don't need to rush the 3. You need to get to the rim, get a basket, and then you're playing defense again and hopefully getting a second stop.
And I will bring up one thing. Granite's a little short on guards right now. I mean, obviously you have Palmera, and he's tough. He's a tough out.
And you still have Joey Grubb, but
yeah,
they're playing without their 2 main guys.
Yep. So we shall see what unfolds here in the Thunderdome. 1:32 left to go in the game. 3-point lead for the Eagles. Eagles have led for seems to be the entire night, which is not accurate, but they've led a long time. And Valhalla trying to climb back into this one.
And you see us Kevin Mills playing a little bit of center field, trying to help out to stop the penetration.
And if you're Randy Anderson, I don't know if that's the shot you wanted.
But if you're Coach Jackson, that's the shot you love.
Exactly. For Curry, for 3, and I'll tell you what, that's as close to a 3-pointer as you're ever going to get. Unfortunately, they don't give half points, and unfortunately, Valhalla will come up short on that possession. Under a minute left to play.
Still get a stop, and this time let's go for the 2-pointer. Granite with about 12 more seconds left on the shot clock.
Nice job there, almost a steal, and they're going to timeout by Granite. I guess he had enough possession rather, to be able to call that. 42 seconds left, 3-point lead for the Eagles. There'll be 10 seconds left on that shot clock. Let's take a little bit. We are Orange Nation TV, but let's look into the minds of the Eagles right now. And if you're Andy Anderson, what do you tell your team? You got the lead, but you have 10 seconds on the shot clock. What are you looking for?
Well, you're looking for, of course, with the guys he has, with Joey Grubb and DJ, you're going to look to just clear it out for them and let them drive. Try to draw the foul. Now, hopefully they won't kick it out to Colton Higgins and he suddenly becomes alive and hits that killer three. As a defensive player, I would let Higgins shoot because he hasn't shot that much all game, and I would focus everything to keep those two guys from driving to the bucket.
It shall be interesting to see what unfolds here. Obviously, both these teams needing wins to make the playoffs. Valhalla probably in a little more needy situation because Division II is such a competitive division. Valhalla's 13-11. And, really just a reciprocal of that. I'm not a math guy. I just use a math term. Aren't you excited? Because Granite's 11-13. My mom would be proud. And so, but I don't know why I say that, but I just think Valhalla probably needs this win more.
I got to agree with you because even though 16 out of 22 teams make the playoffs, you don't want to leave it up to the committee to decide or any other, entity. And
Higgins hits that three, and unfortunately,
Eric Thomas
could be a lotto winner. He just predicted that, and Lozoya trying to answer back, can't get that one to fall.
That kid was clutch. He hasn't had a very good time either game against us. When they needed him, they ran the drive, they ran the kick to him, and he buried it.
I'll tell you what, that's his first points of the evening, at least according to my records, and that could be wrong, but I do think that's his first points of the night. What a perfect time for it. Kevin Mills, though, is going to get to shoot some free throws. Higgins picks up his fourth foul, 21.3 seconds left, 6-point lead for the Eagles. Of course, Valhalla defeated Granite Hills the last time these two teams played over on January 30th, and the woes of shooting continue for the Norsemen. And B-Path has the ball. He doesn't really have to do a whole lot. Now Grubb has it, and there's your foul. Lozoya picks up that foul. Coach Jackson not too pleased. I think he wanted that foul much earlier.
Yeah, I don't think Andrew realized that he needed to foul right away, that we're down to 20 seconds, now down to 15. 6 seconds went by. We could have been fouling earlier.
Yeah, and that's, teams' cumulative basketball IQ, and I hate to go cliche, but they talk about that. You have to have that foul. Somebody should have been, doing whatever they could. And once again, when you're on the court, the pressure's
it's
on.
Always different.
I look smart up here. When I played, I actually never found my way on the court very often. So, let's not pretend, that I was up for any award. So, no offense to our players who've played very hard tonight.
It's always
and the
easier
season.
from the bench.
Absolutely. Joey Grubb knocks that one down. 71-64. 71-64.
You got to give Coach Anderson credit. He's got a kid that hasn't fared very well against us in 2 games. In fact, this entire game, and he runs a play where that kid's the second option.
Yeah.
And that kid rewards him with that shot. That's awesome.
Spencer Havard drops that one down from about as far as you can get and still be in the half court, I guess. 67-72, 5-point lead, 8.9 seconds left to go. Valhalla's going to look for that quick foul.
And since we're not in the double bonus, it's critical that when we do foul that they miss the free throw and we get the rebound. I'm pretty sure we have another timeout too, so we could get it up to half court, score, timeout one more time, and then we're going for Spencer from half court distance or more for the win like I predicted there.
Number 10, Jason, and for the Norsemen, and number 12, Danny Chapman.
Ball's got to make something happen here. Pretty miraculous. Looks like Palomera is going to be going to the line.
No fault by Jacob, but in this situation, you do not let that guy get between you and the inbounder. You keep face fronting him, make him throw it over the top of you. Someone else might come through in a steal. You can't let him just hand it off like that. But, as a young kid like that, he'll learn as he gets playing over and over, gets into his junior and senior years, and he won't make that same mistake.
8.6 seconds left to go.
Well, that would have been a critical foul if he would have called that.
Yeah, and I think he thought about it. Spencer Havard try to get another big three. Can't. Nice, off to Gazelle. Under a second. And the point is moot there. Final score. Norsemen come up short, 5 points short to be exact, 67-72. Granite Hills finishes their regular season of Tuesday games, I should say, against their rival. A win in the Thunderdome. If you're an Eagles fan, that's always good. Some quick thoughts before I go over some point totals.
Well, we dug ourselves too big of a hole with a lack of effort, lack of rebounding, lack of defense, and we just couldn't overcome it. We did a much better job second half. Simmons didn't hurt us nearly as much as he did the first half. And once again, one of our biggest problems is we just can't get shots to fall when we need them to fall. I can't tell you how many times last game and this guy, you've seen balls up on the rim that roll in and out or bounce in and out.
Spencer Havard finishes the night leading the Norsemen with 19 points. Now, once again, my stats are unofficial, and there's a reason why. I've made some errors over the time, so I apologize. But Spencer Havard has 19 tonight. Kevin Mills with 15. Andrew Lozoya with 12. And then it kind of goes from there. Jordan Kazar had 7. David Gazelle had 6. And then you had 3 guys with 2. For Curry, Hammett, and Gladue. For the Eagles, 17 points from Cody Simmons. 12 of those in the first half. Nice job by the senior guard as usual. He seems to have good nights against Valhalla. Joey Grubb, also has 17 points. DJ Palmera, 13. Trevor Sperry, 16. And J-Ron Sanders with 3. And I believe Seth Collins also had a pair of points there. So what do you think about Grossmont on Friday? Any bold predictions there?
Well, it's going to be tough bouncing back after 2 disappointing losses to teams that we legitimately had chances to beat, and we probably thought going in that we should have beat them. Mm-hmm. So Grossmont, which beat us a little more handily than other teams have, is going to be a huge challenge for us this Friday.
They'll have the height advantage, and they're going for at least challenging for a league title, so they have a lot to play for.
They're going to be pumped up for us because they're not going to they do not want to lose a league title in this gym.
And I will tell you one more thing. It will be senior night, so if you cannot come here, make sure you watch both the boys and girls game. There'll be 2 different links. You can celebrate the seniors' accomplishments, both the girls and boys side. Both teams are going to be sitting down some seniors that have contributed quite a bit to their respective programs. So we invite you to watch here on Orange Nation TV or come out and see it in person. We also encourage you on Saturday, if you want to watch Orange Nation TV make its countywide debut as it covers CIF wrestling finals for Division II live from Westview. Quite a feather in the cap of the Norsemen to be able to land that. So hats off to Orange Nation TV. I'd like to thank our hard workers tonight. Tyler Roy doing a great job producing the second half. O'Day got some camera work in, as everybody knows, watches this. O'Day Youssef, the silence behind the
thank you guys.
The man behind
terrific.
The machine, I think. So anyway, thanks to you two. Thanks to Coach Thomas and myself, John Owens, on behalf of Orange Nation TV. We wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you back here on Orange Nation TV.
We'll see you guys Friday.